So yesterday I told a really beautiful story that really changed my life when I was 27. And it changed my life. Like, it woke me up in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. I woke up and I was like, oh my fucking God, I have been living my life to please other people. And I've been living my life worrying about what other people think of me. And if I carry on that trajectory, I'm gonna die a very fucking unhappy woman, and I'm not prepared to do that. And I'm going to tell you the story now. So basically, there was this boy, and in school, he would draw in every single lesson that he was in. He would be drawing in science, drawing in history, drawing in maths, joggers, all of the different lessons. But when it came to his art class, he would go to art, and his art teacher, who should have had his back, who should have been his safe space, who should have been a mentor to him, she criticised him, and she said to him, you'll never make it because your work is too cartoony. He went on to produce The Simpsons, Matt Groening, and thank fuck he did not listen to her. But how many of us have allowed one person's perspective of us to cancel us, to stop what we were doing? And I literally woke up and I was like, 27, I'm 41 now. I was 27 and I woke up and I thought, I stopped making art because of one woman's perspective of me, and I've allowed her to dictate 10 years of my life that I haven't made art in. Fuck that, you know? And I was like, I'm making art, and I'm gonna make art at a fucking incredible rate. And while I'm taking a photo, because I did it with, that was my medium, photography, while I'm taking a photo and uploading it, once I've uploaded it and people are seeing it, they might fucking criticize me, but I will already be taking the next fucking photo. I'm not gonna let it stop me. And what was really cool, and I fucking applaud my 28-year-old self for doing this, I remember people trying to give me criticism and me commenting under their comments saying, like, thank you, I know this is coming from a nice place, but I just don't want that. And I was so fucking protective of myself. And on Monday, we start our visibility, aligned visibility course. And it's really partly course and partly challenge, because for you to move to the next chapter of your life, whatever it is that you need to do and add into your life to, for example, when I was becoming a photographer, I needed to take photos, obviously, otherwise I would never become a photographer. But from picking up a camera, I was like, I'm going to take one photo every day and do it in a very childlike way and see what happens. And from that, Dimples and Daisies was born, Liberty Photography was born. And from us doing this thing that starts on Monday, we will have to do reps. I had to repeatedly pick up my camera and take photos, and many of them were shit. In fact, most of them were shit. That wasn't the point. It was me repeatedly telling my subconscious it was safe for me to be a photographer. And just as I am now making YouTube videos, I must repeatedly tell myself it's safe to express my thoughts. I must repeatedly show up as a YouTuber. I must repeatedly make videos. What do YouTubers do? They fucking make videos all the time. That's what I must do. So for the people that are coming along with me for aligned visibility, they must decide their reps and they must repeatedly show up. I believe it's much easier to do that in a container where people are expecting you to do that. I remember the first years of doing photography, I don't say I lost friends. I feel like I had my friendships on pause, because when I was like obsessed, and you need to become obsessed to move timelines with what you're doing and who you're becoming and all of those things. But when I was in that space, I remember my best friend saying to me, I've had to unfollow you because I just can't understand how you're successful and you have kids. And I was like, okay. But it was you know, it was hard, but it felt hard to be myself. But luckily for me, in lockdown, I found a really great tribe of businesswomen. And the thing with being an entrepreneur or being in business is it's like living in vulnerability every fucking day, because we have to shamelessly self-promote all the fucking time. We have to tell our story. We have to sing for our supper. And that's just kind of how it is. And that's the life of an artist. And an entrepreneur is 10% the work, 90% fucking marketing. But that is what it is. And I'm like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this in a way that feels good for me, and feels right for me. So I'm very excited to do the laps and the reps with my membership in the Liberty Lounge. So if you've been thinking about it, or if you're like, oh, I quite fancy, upgrading my timeline and fucking quantum leaping. If you're like, I'm fucking bored of my life, and I know that there's more of me to give, and I want to be able to do that in an easier way, in a way that aligns with me, in a way that feels natural to me, in a way that feels most simple to me, come along, because it will be Enneagram backed, it will be human design backed, it will be spiritual law backed, and it's going to be really fucking fun. So just as when I threw myself into the rapids of taking a photo every day, come throw yourself in the rapids with me. Anyway, see you soon.